4 Charlie Delta, traffic's at your 2 o'clock and 2 miles still eastbound. Copy that now.
Welcome to our third Volaire Industry Update, produced by Gen XI Productions.
Traffic breakdown 4873, 10 miles northeast, ready.
I'm Jack Penning. We begin in New York this week, where COVID cases have crested 120,000 and airlines have been quick to pull down capacity. United was the first over the weekend to announce that it would pull down Newark service significantly. In fact, it's going to operate just 15 departures a day at what was its major international and East Coast hub. United will be only operating 2 departures a day at LaGuardia. American, meanwhile, which has a large operation at LaGuardia and at New York Kennedy, has announced it will operate only 13 departures a day at all New York City airports for at least the next several weeks. Delta has hubs at both LaGuardia and at New York Kennedy. It has decided that it will operate just 46 departures a day in New York total. Delta gave us some more information over the weekend, too, about loads. On Saturday, it carried 38,000 passengers. At Volaire, we did some math. Against the number of departures it operated that day, it averaged just 19 passengers per flight across its entire network on Saturday. The airline says if it doesn't pull down 80% of capacity until June, that it could potentially run out of all of its funding from the government stimulus plan before the end of June. Meanwhile, JetBlue has pulled down New York operations to just 27 a day at its New York Kennedy and LaGuardia operations. JetBlue says it's taking in about $1 million a day in new revenue. It would normally take in $22 million a day. It's burning $10 million out of its savings every single day. Meanwhile, in Canada, Air Canada has announced that it will remove service from regional markets throughout Canada, markets like Windsor and Sydney and St. John. So it's deciding not to just operate a skeleton schedule, but instead to operate only major cities. Spirit Airlines, it had suspended service to New York completely last week, but now it's filed a new schedule, and we analyzed it. It has only 10% of the capacity that it was scheduled to fly for April, so a pull down of 90% in capacity. And we do have another victim of this crisis. Raven Alaska, which operates Raven Airlines, which operates Penn Air, has parked all 72 of its aircraft. It's filed for Chapter 11. And it is not operating at all because of this crisis. Now, we want to end this week with a little bit of optimism. This coming from United Airlines and the incoming CEO, Scott Kirby. He said that United needs to be in a position where the airline can quickly roll back from 50% of capacity up to 100% of capacity if there are opportunities. He also specifically said that they want to emerge stronger so that if competitors leave certain markets, they'll be able to expand into those markets. I think the important point for us in looking at this is there's going to be a complete reshuffle of a lot of airline networks, even with the requirements that are in the CARES Act. And with that shuffle of capacity, there will be opportunity for markets where demand comes back more quickly. United wants to be prepared to take market share away from other carriers where demand is coming back. It'll be our job to figure out where those pockets of demand are coming back. We should be able to do that in the next 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, and then to figure out how to make that case to the carriers for additional flights. That's our update for this week. We hope you stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.